Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
What's up, everybody? Merch Minds podcast, episode number 31. Huge episode today. Huge guest. Some people actually call him the godfather of merch. Chris Green will be our interview, our nice little full interview that was like jam-packed, actually, that I think everybody's going to enjoy. My name is Glen, YouTube channel, Hustler Hacks, and my partner right here, Yong, is in the house.
What's going on? Yes, like Glenn said, we do finally have Chris Green. We had him scheduled about 2 months ago, and the guy's so busy, he had to reschedule. We were finally able to land him. So this is the episode where we talk to the godfather, the man himself. I'm looking forward to it.
Busy man. But won't be his first time being on the show. We got to get him again. So
no, definitely, man. It was a fun conversation, and I always enjoy talking to the guy in general. So yeah, he'll definitely be back.
Yeah. So before we begin, episode is sponsored by Merch Candy, professional quality t-shirt designs for only $10. Niche ideas ready to go, researched. All you got to do is get the t-shirt, plug that bad boy in to your Merch by Amazon account. So you want to give them a try, go to merchcandy.com/merchminds. You get 2 free designs when you sign up. And once again, merchcandy.com/merchminds for your special podcast offer. You can let them know that Yong sent you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So talking about merch news, you got to let me know how your numbers are doing, because you had a special birthday that just came up, and special merch day.
Merch birthday. What the heck?
Merch day.
That's
you
right.
sold quite a bit of shirts that day. So tell us what happened.
Yeah. So this past Monday was my birthday. Finally turned 21. And what's so funny?
No, nothing.
What, man? You act like you never turned 21 or something.
Yeah, that's true. I did turn 21, but you're 21 times 3, 4.
I mean, look, man. Let me finish my story, man. Okay.
Sorry.
Finally turned 21, and surprisingly, that day I sold the most shirts ever.
Ever on his birthday. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
You can't make it up, right? So sold 24 shirts that day.
Dang.
And if you guys remember, prior to that, the most I ever sold was 23. So I beat my old record by 1. So not bad.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. But then this is where it gets crazy, right? Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I haven't had a day like this in a long time. Really low sales. We're talking single digits. So it just kind of pretty much offset each other, right? I had 7 sales on Tuesday.
The day right after.
Just horrible. But
I was hoping this is going to be more of like a Cinderella type of story. We're like,
well, it kind of is a Cinderella story, right? Because I'm still I'm projected to do over 3,000 this month.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think last episode I was saying that I was on pace to do $3,600, but I did say last episode that I thought that number was a little high, and I predicted it was going to get, that it was going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, the numbers did go down, but I'm still on pace to do over 3K, which would be the most royalties I've ever gotten paid since I started my career on Merch by Amazon.
Merch career.
So
put that on your resume.
Yeah. No, seriously, if you guys, no joke. I mean, I know Glenn was trying to be funny, but no joke. I mean, if you guys are potential designers and you're doing merch at the same time, put it on your resume. Seriously.
Right? Oh yeah, in that case, you have like a portfolio to show off as far as
absolutely
like designs being sold and all of that. I mean,
no, seriously, right? I mean, it's something that will really, really help you possibly get a job. But yeah, no, definitely put it on your portfolio. But yeah, so Tuesday was bad, and then yesterday was kind of back to normal. I did 16 sales, and then
Okay.
and then
Today.
today it's bad again. It's 5 o'clock, and I'm what do I'm looking at my numbers now. 6 shirts sold so
Up,
far.
down, up, down.
Up down. I don't know what's going on, but you know what? The opportunity though is just great. I mean, I can complain about my numbers, but at the same time, I'm very grateful to even just have this opportunity. This is I'm making money and I'm having fun at the same time. I'm doing what I enjoy, which is graphic design. So yeah, I mean, I'm very blessed. I'm still healthy, especially after my birthday. Uh, yeah, doing
Yep.
good things.
Healthy young man
Yeah,
turning
21,
21. Yep.
21,
Young pup.
and um, man, I went out Tuesday, Glenn, and I think I told you, went up to San Francisco. Uh, for those of you guys that don't know, I live an hour south of San Francisco, and one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to is the Michael Rappaport podcast. He was in San Francisco doing a podcast up there, and a couple of my friends and I went out for that, and just had a blast, man. And just had a few drinks. Came home, and it was like 3 in the morning by the time I got home, and it's just, oh my gosh, man, good times, good times. I don't even know why I told that story, but yeah. Anyway,
You just
I
don't,
know.
you just can't party and go out the way you used to,
Honestly, all jokes aside, I am 45 this year, and no, seriously, man, it takes me like 2 days to recover when I do something like that. Like I didn't go into work on Wednesday. There was no way. I was like, oh, I'm not going into the office. I slept all day. Um, but no, man, it's hard work to party at this age.
Yeah, man, 45. I'm gonna admit, you look good. You look young.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
You know,
sir.
I'll give that to you. I'll give
Yeah,
something. I'll give. That's a nice little compliment.
yeah, yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, you won't have
What's
another one for a while.
what, what's going on with you, man?
Numbers since actually your birthday was really good day too.
Hey, look at that, huh? Look at that.
I know it was really good day for merch. I actually went over the 50 sales mark for that day.
Oh my gosh, you haven't had something like that in a long time.
Yeah, it had been probably since like December range.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that one was a really good day. And then followed it up by like another good day. And then that was like another, I think it was like 40 sales that day. Wednesday, it was kind of back to, I think I had like 28 to 30 range. And then today has been kind of solid too. I think I have like 20 something so far.
Yeah.
It's like 6 p.m. So it's been really, really good. Products sold for the thing is, I think where were we at? I know April was like, I talked about how I almost had like $1,000 less,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm predicting April is going to be way shorter once we get that payout, by like $1,000 or so. But May has just, it kind of caught me up last time we talked. And then now I'm kind of back into doing a little bit better than being caught up. So now I'm about like 1,600 royalties for the last 7 days. So like really caught up, because I was like at one point in April I was at like 900 for the week. And then that's when it kind of like really went low, and then it kind of grew again at 1,200, and now it's back up to like 1,600 per week. So May's just been like a way better month than April.
Good.
So far. So, and as far as tier ups, nothing like that. I'm still at 8,000. I don't think that's gonna change.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it on blast. And here's the deal, man. Okay, I've sold over 2,000 shirts. However, I'm still at the 1K tier. And Margaret, Texas Treasure Gal, somehow got to the 2K tier before I did. So I'm gonna put her on blast, man. This is not cool. Margaret,
Margaret's out there working, grinding.
Margaret. Oh my gosh, she beat me to it. No, but you know what? We joke. We love Margaret. That's my girl.
Yeah, please subscribe to her channel if you haven't already.
Oh yeah,
Texas
yeah.
Gal Treasures.
Yeah, she's doing good things, and you know, and here's the thing that I love about Margaret, right? She, um, I know her husband is a graphic designer, but um, she's she's done everything on her own, right? She has no
Yeah.
design skills, even though her husband's there, I guess, to help. He hasn't really helped out only because he's doing his own thing. He's busy doing his own thing, and she's scaled. You know, she's done it on her own, and so there's no reason why other people can't do the same thing. So if you guys want some inspiration, definitely check out Margaret.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's totally changed her business in general from like hustling for, at garage sales for eBay, Etsy, and then even to like her channel now. Like you see a lot more merch stuff and it's really, really helped her business just in general. So
is she cutting back on eBay on reselling?
I think she still does it, but I know that merch is starting to like kind of take
Okay,
over more and more.
yeah,
So I mean, it's just playing a huge part, and you're gonna see, as if you haven't already, but a lot of people too that are slowly getting into merch. It's starting to grow, and you're like, man, like this opportunity is just so huge that you're like, oh man, but I love reselling, but merch, like, you can't
yeah,
deny,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
merch and what it's doing. So it's crazy opportunity, and that's one of the things that we talk with Chris Green about is just the opportunity in general and how he learned about merch and how that even happened. And I don't know, it's crazy even to where the Facebook groups, the YouTube videos, the podcast, everything now that's only a year old or a year and a half old of merch, and we're not even hitting what it's actually going to be like 5 years from now.
yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely going to grow and expand here. I mean, you know, we keep saying this. I mean, a year and a half into it, this is still a relatively new platform, and it's only going to get better. And that's a good segue to introduce Chris here. Glenn and I had the opportunity to talk to Chris. Great conversation, just a fun guy. I always enjoy talking to him. Um, yeah, and so we'll get into that conversation now. All right, guys, we've been waiting for this episode to happen for a long time now. We've had him scheduled about a month or two ago, but he's a busy guy, and I think we can definitely say it's because of him that all of us are doing merch by Amazon. Mr. Chris Green, how are you, my man?
I am here, dude. I'm excited. Thanks for having me on the show. I'd love to take credit for the all that you just said, but I can't. Well, I
Well, you know
will.
what? You can't take it, but we're gonna give it to you.
I will take being responsible for a lot of people getting on merch. Like I'm well aware that a lot of people have gotten onto merch because they saw how excited I was about merch. But yes, a lot of people got onto merch because of how excited you guys are about merch. There's a thirst, a hunger out there for merch by Amazon information, and all that is confirmation that merch by Amazon is, in my opinion, the biggest opportunity for the most people that's
Yeah,
really ever come across the internet.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But I mean, this is for now. But I'm sure something else is gonna come along in the next year or two, and it's just gonna explode. But for now, I think this opportunity is. I mean, it's if you're not doing merch, like Chris said, I mean, get on board. I know there's a waiting period, but yeah, sign up and get on board as soon as you can. Glenn,
So Chris, fresh
yeah,
off the Scan Power conference.
Dude, it is like back to back, man. We did the
I-
conference, we do this. I got another webinar later tonight. I did a different podcast about not just about merch, but they were about Amazon selling, but they wanted to get some merch information in there. I did that this morning. That was a UK show.
wow,
Like there
Oh,
is
nice.
no stopping, and it really is. And you already said, well, maybe what's coming next. It'll be even bigger and better. I don't know how it can get bigger and better because we're talking about offering physical products for sale with zero upfront costs, no inventory, Prime eligible on Amazon. Like
yes,
it doesn't get like I thought FBA was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. All we gotta do is source products and Amazon's gonna do all the work. But dude, you got to buy inventory, you got to manage returns, you got to answer customer questions. You don't get any of that with merch. You could sit on the beach in Jamaica, upload your designs on the crappy hotel Wi-Fi, but it still works, and you're earning royalties on your products. Like, it's the difference between royalties and margins. If you're coming from the seller world, whether it's eBay or Amazon or whatever, you're like, all about that margin, and I got to do my inventory, Now with merch, it's a royalty-based business, inventory-less. It's so good. I said this at the Scam Power conference, when I'm trying to explain merch to the few people who hadn't heard of it. Like, it's so good, it's almost hard to explain.
It is. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, because I've tried doing this. I've tried explaining it to my friend, and I was up in Oregon last month, and like East Oregon, like the part of Oregon that no one even goes to, right? Like where you have to drive like 2 hours to get Wi-Fi service, and I was explaining to my buddy out there who lives out on the ranch. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing, and he started bugging out because I was like, yo, man, I made $100 today, and he's like, what the hell you mean you made $100? Because all we've been doing is dicking around and driving around, and like he's like, you made $100 just now, and he just started bugging out. Yeah, people don't get it.
They don't. It's not that some of them don't get it, but there is a disbelief where they don't believe anything could be that good. So I try to explain to people, yeah, we get, Amazon lets us use their $500,000 printers and their labor and their, partnered UPS and FedEx Prime shipping rates. And they do all the work. They hold the blanks, they print, they ship, they do customer service. And on a $20 shirt, I'm gonna get $7. And they're like, yeah, but what's it cost to set up? You're like, nothing. Oh, well, what, what's the catch? Like, there's no catch. I'll teach you. Oh, and they think that there's got to be something else to it because they're so used to a scam or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell people, like, I never really like a huge believer of like passive income, but I tell people this is like the closest thing you'll get to it, to where, like, exactly like you said, you can upload designs from Jamaica and chill if you wanted to, and you're making money in the background. Like, it's crazy.
The buzzword, like passive income, right? Like, people want to like do nothing and make money. And guys, if you could do nothing and make money, we would just like kind of clone ourselves as much as we could, and like have other do nothings out there making us, multipliers of money. You do have to do something, and I do want to, for those of you guys listening and just getting started with merch, first you got to go to merch.amazon.com and request an account. But guys, if you're listening, you're going to get the best info because we want you guys to not have this like incorrect idea about Merch by Amazon. Well, it is the best thing that I've ever seen to make an extra side income and lead it to a full-time income. It's not without its challenges, right? Like, you do have to work a little bit. You have to make a good product, right? You can't put up crap garbage t-shirts and expect to make a lot of money, right? Yeah. So there's this, not the, I wouldn't say the struggle, but the process of learning to make good designs or finding people you can work with or hire to make you good designs. There's things like optimizing the listings so they have, a good chance of being discovered if you're going for organic traffic. You have to learn how to promote your shirts if you're going to be running ads to send traffic to them. There's a lot that goes into it. None of it is hard. You can learn it all in just a few days. But we want you guys to get off on the right foot and not upload Disney Mickey Mouse shirts on day one and get suspended. We want you to understand that, yes, if you have a shirt that sells well, you probably will attract copycats. Yes, that sucks. Here's what you can do about it. But at the same time, it is so hands-off, so laid back. And it's just, once people have a little taste, they get that first sale and they're posting screenshots like, what? I just made $7. I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, it becomes addictive. Yeah, it's addictive because I remember. Before I continue, so people think, because I've seen some comments in our groups, right? People think it's like you're going to start making money immediately, like you're going to make $1,000 overnight. But it's just like, well, like Chris said, it's a learning process. Like, you have to go through the whole process and kind of like build your inventory and build your designs, and then as you go on, then the money's going to start coming in. But it's and people talk about, oh, I need some more slots, my tier needs to be higher. Really, it's about the design. You need a good design.
They don't need more slots. Anytime I say I need more slots, I'm like, no, you need better stuff. Because Amazon's a positive feedback loop, right? Like Amazon is a data company, right? They're not a book company or not a t-shirt company. They're a data company. They have all the data on this stuff, right? So like one little thing, like, okay, Amazon's going to take down your shirts that haven't sold. If they sell 0 copies in 90 days, we're going to take them down. And people get all buggy about that. It's like, dude, the statistics show that 99% of shirts that don't sell a single copy in the first 90 days never sell.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we're going to clean up the catalog for you. You know, Amazon is doing us a favor with all this stuff. Dude, I got onto that. What you just said something about Amazon something.
No, what? Well, it's that I was saying that it's not you're not going to start making money overnight. But that you need good designs. It's not about having how many tiers you have, but good.
Oh, the tiers.
Design.
That's the key, man. Yeah, because Amazon, like, with the positive feedback, right? Like if you do what Amazon wants, Amazon will give you whatever you want. And if anybody's listening from the seller side, you're like, I need more units at FBA. Like, well, your stuff's not selling if you're hitting your inventory limits. Okay.
Exactly.
If your stuff sells and turns, Amazon will give you as much room as you want. It's the same with tiers. If you upload stuff and it sells and you're not causing problems with manual review because you put Star Wars on your shirts, then they're going to give you as many slots as you can handle. Right? Like I promise, if your stuff sells, you will get slots. But getting more slots when your stuff doesn't sell isn't going to solve the problem. It's like when I talk to booksellers about FBA. My goal is always this. My goal is by summertime, have 10,000 books at FBA. I'm like, why? Who even cares? The number of books you have at FBA is not related to what's selling. Exactly. You have 10,000 crappy 8 million ranked books, right? It doesn't matter, right? So having a bunch of crappy designs, and a buddy of mine, you guys love this example. He says he sees a lot of merch by Amazon sellers. Like people say, throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people are throwing their pasta at the wall to see what sticks, but they're not even cooking it first. They're throwing dry pasta at the wall, and they're wondering why none of it sticks.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, because none of your stuff is even half baked, right? It's like it's garbage from the front or from the beginning. And I get it. And dude, my first shirts, I'm sure they were awful, right? Like they were bad. I probably didn't put anything in the title or description. You get better, but the thing is to get started. Get started. And here's the easy research, guys. Go on Amazon and look at the top selling shirts, right? You want to know what sells? Go look at what's selling, whether it's eBay, Amazon, Cafe Press, Zazzle, Teespring. You don't know what niches are popular? Go to Teespring and look at the top categories. You might find things like wine and chocolate and yoga and cats. And like this isn't hard. And it's so easy. People think, oh, if it's this easy, everybody's doing it, and there's not going to be any room for me. I see it all the time. People look for a reason to psych themselves out. So if we can do anything on this show today, let's make sure people do not psych themselves out, so that they are like, yes, I get it. I'm in all the way, and they pursue a successful merch career.
And I tell people, like, even at 10 tier, like, you have a huge advantage over the people that are waiting.
You got the 0 tier, and a lot of those.
Exactly. Like, you have a huge advantage already over these. Take advantage of it and start uploading designs. Like, it's crazy. And there's a lot of people too that email me that are sitting on 10 tier that haven't started yet. I'm like, dude, what are you waiting for? Like, you don't use it, you lose it. Just get to it now.
Yeah, that I don't even understand that. I mean, Glenn and I talked about this, and people that have an account, it's like, and they don't do anything with it. I'm like, why? This is a great opportunity. Do something. Go hire a designer. If you don't want to hire a designer, learn Illustrator, but take action.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't want to stereotype like a whole country and say all the lazy Americans, but there's a lot of lazy Americans. And I say that because I got love for the lazy Americans. We want to get you guys to not be lazy and miss this opportunity, because this is ground floor. This isn't like MLM ground floor where you hear about something and like, yeah, you're way too late. Like by the time I hear about it, it's not ground floor. This is ground floor. This is 18 months old, this entire Merch by Amazon platform. FBA is going on a decade old. And people still don't know about FBA. So to imagine how young merch is compared to that, you got to get in it. But, if you're going to be a lazy American and be like, you know what, I don't know what to do, like figure it out, because everybody that's overseas where making money is a little bit harder, they're hungry. and they're going to kick your butt, and they're going to stay up all night, and they're going to work their butts off, and they're going to be willing to work for lower royalties than you are, and they're going to sit there and learn Illustrator on YouTube at 4 a.m, and that's what you got to compete with. So this is something you can control. We can all control our hustle. We can control how much effort we're going to put in. We have a lot of abilities to outsource and hire designers. And guys, I don't want people to think you have to hire like $100 an hour designer and make like, the greatest shirt you've ever seen. Look at some of the crap that's in the top sellers.
Oh yeah, no, it's garbage. I've seen them, and I've
we say it's garbage, but hey, if someone else likes it, hey, more power to them, right? Like value is subjective. So if someone says, you know what, I want this shirt that has one hashtag word on it, and they're gonna buy it, like whatever. We don't have to like it, but we can sell it. So be the seller, right? Like don't make shirts for you. Make shirts for people who buy shirts. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally.
Hey, Chris. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glenn.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you, Chris. I don't know how often you even talk to the folks at Amazon, but everyone's talking about, well, when are the new products going to come out, like mugs or hoodies? Any rumors floating out there right now?
There's some things I can say, some things I can't say. I am very thankful that I do have a lot of Merch by Amazon contacts.
Yes.
A lot of that came from my Amazon and FBA days, right? Like I already had a lot of people at Amazon that I knew. They knew we helped out so many sellers. So they, it was a good kind of working relationship. And now with the Merch by Amazon department. And I mean, I kind of know everybody in like at least somebody in every department at Amazon. And I can tell you guys this, Merch by Amazon, their goal is to have the best lineup of products for their customers. Awesome. Which means designers are going to have a lot of cool stuff to offer. And I just encourage everybody to roll with the, I don't want to say punches, because it's not like there's any adversarial stuff in here, but roll with the changes, because any changes that Merch by Amazon puts out, they're all for the benefit, right? And they're all based on data. Amazon's not like, you know what, screw it, let's just see what happens if we do this. No, they're like, let's do this to get this type of behavior, or because of this, or this data point, It's all based on that. And it's all based on the good of the customer. And we should have the customer in mind as well. Not the good of the seller, not the good of the designer. So if something comes out that doesn't really, it actually does help designers. All right. So we have to always think of it that way, because Amazon is customer focused. If you don't believe it now, you'll believe it in 10 years after you worked with Amazon for 10 years. They are customer focused. That's it. Like everything they do, you can reverse engineer and track back to, okay, this is about the customer. Now, how can I plug myself in and optimize myself on this platform? Because then Amazon's going to reward you. I promise. If you do what Amazon wants, the algorithm's going to pick that up. You start gaming the system and doing goofy stuff, that it's not going to. So back to your question, I got a little inside info for you. So let me see what I can tell you.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
They did just come out with the new colors, those new, Heather. I never would have called it Heather, but I guess they call it Heather. That little not distressed, but it's got like a little bit of a little
texture,
different color to it. Yeah. I haven't ordered any of those. I need to order some because I want to see what they look like. And we finally got purple, pink, and orange. The three colors that people were begging for. and dude, this will drive you nuts, because this is what happens. These three colors come out, the exact three people have been begging for, and then people are like, yeah, that's okay, but they still don't have hoodies. And I just want to grab them through the screen and just choke them, because but that's the mentality of the people that people are scared of what's out there, like these other sellers, other designers. I'm like, someone like that, you don't have to be scared of, because they are not taking action. They're sitting there looking for an excuse about why Merch by Amazon isn't the greatest opportunity to ever come across anybody's computer. Right. Well, I'd be excited if they had hoodies. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to do T-shirts on $500,000 printers. And thank you, Merch, for giving us the three colors we wanted. And I'm gonna get to work. And I'll be waiting here. And I'll be extra thankful when we do get hoodies, which we will. Do I know when? No, I don't. If I did, I'd tell you I know, but I wouldn't tell you when. But I don't even know. I'm telling y'all as much scoop as I can tell you. It really is the future when you consider it. I know it's been only T-shirts, but they've been offering, and you can see some of these things under some of their tighter partners, like Musical.ly and Overwatch, and I can't think of some of the other ones. But I mean, they have licensing with Disney and Marvel, and even Disney and Marvel, the keyword stuff, right? Like they're not even doing the platform perfectly either, but just roll with it. You're going to see sweatshirts, you're going to see hoodies, you're going to see cell phone cases, you're going to see socks, you're going to see those are all the ones that come on the top of my head. But you're going to see anything that can be printed on demand that makes sense, right? Like, are they going to do like women's underwear? Probably not. Even though you can do that on Cafe Press and be like, oh, look, I got a thong with my logo on it. Amazon's probably not going to do that. But hey, never say never. They might do that. They're going to roll things out in phases that make sense. I can tell you this: a hoodie takes up 6 times as much storage space as a T-shirt.
Yes. Very
so
thick.
If you want to have 18 different colors of hoodies in all, you want 80 different SKUs or ASINs for a single listing, that's going to take up 80 times or 6 times more space. So there's logistics. This isn't like turning on more servers and adding capacity and all this stuff. It says physical space, and they have to have labor. They have to train people to run these machines. These machines take 3 people to run at a time.
Gosh, yeah.
And they run them 3 shifts. Right? Shift. They run these things. And, and they're still learning as they go. Like, they're really inventing the future. Right? And that's hard work. Right? It's like, okay, we're going to commit to doing this. Now we have to hire people to do it. We have to write up processes. We have to like adjust and be like, hey, this isn't working, and just here. And like people, I've gotten messed up T-shirts, and people are like, I ordered my shirt and it's not perfect, so I'm out of here. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm so amazed at the opportunity. Like, this is, forget the $500,000 printer. It costs another $500,000 to run the business and attract customers the same way Amazon does, hire people, ship, like everything. This is $1 million startup. We have the capacity and ability of what you would cost $1 million to replicate, and we get it for free. Right? Like, that's what I mean. It's so good. People don't believe it. Like, people should be dropping everything they're doing and spending all of their free time learning. If it was me, I would learn Illustrator. If you're starting from nothing, Illustrator number 1, Photoshop number 2, and now we've got all kinds of pop-up sites like Make Merch is a merch designer. Place It has a merch designer. Merchdesigner.com is a merch designer. Over is an app that you can definitely use for Merch by Amazon Designs, and there's going to be more, right? Just like there's going to be more podcasts, there's going to be more groups, and there's going to be more courses, and there's going to be more books. Like, merch, it validates the fact that merch is a great opportunity. If no one else was like talking about this stuff and getting excited and making content about and making apps and programs, that would tell you that no one else sees this as an opportunity. But the fact that so many of these things are coming out, that should give everybody the confirmation that, like, yeah, this is a big deal. Maybe I underestimated this merch thing. Like, whatever it is. Like, if you weren't on board already, it's okay. Don't worry about the past and get in. Let's go. We're ready.
No, I agree. Glenn, I remember you had a question.
And so I guess I remember, let's go back to like 2015 a little bit. And I remember you were doing an interview, and it was supposed to be kind of like about like Q4 and buying stuff for FBA. And then you kept on mentioning like merch. And I was like, this dude keeps talking about it. I thought it was like a Q4 type of like interview. And then I was like, merch. And I was like, you know what? I better go sign up right now. So I signed up immediately. So I was, probably like the 3rd month I was already in. Didn't have to worry about that stuff. But everyone kind of gets to me saying like, well, they learned about it from Chris Green. I learned about it from Chris Green. How did Chris Green learn about merch in 2015?
Yeah, I forget exactly which site it was. I read a few like kind of tech gadget sites. Like, I stopped reading Engadget and Gizmodo. Those are probably 2 of the bigger ones, just because they posted so much content that I couldn't keep up with it. So another one, BGR. I read that one. I was reading TechCrunch back then, and I think it was like October 1st or something, where it just hit all the sites at once. So I mean, I don't know if it's like a press release or a news release or something.
Okay.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I see exactly where this is going. Because I mean, I understood Cafe Press, right? And Cafe Press is amazing. If you think about it, it's like, hey, give us your designs. We'll offer it for sale on all kinds of things. You can make a little storefront. And if someone orders it, you don't have to do anything. We will print it and we will give you a cut. And like, that's really cool. Then when Amazon does it, and here's the difference. It's Amazon. It's on Amazon for search. It's Prime eligible. And I know Amazon, they're not looking to make money. I mean, I don't know what a t-shirt, like what's a t-shirt on Teespring? Like $28 or something. Like, Amazon doesn't want to make money. Like, I know that sounds weird, and it's not that they want to lose money. It's not the opposite of that statement, but they don't want to make too much money. They want to make like a few points. And if they find they're making too much money, they'll lower their costs and their fees, right? And if they find that they're totally losing money, like they're operating negative, that's when they raise their fees back to where they're about 1 or 2 points positive, because they know that by keeping prices low, they're going to attract designers, they're going to attract customers, and then they can grow and scale the business and make it into something big. And that's why you saw fee increases. Have we done like what, 3? It's been at least 2. Maybe it's been 3 fee increases since Merch by Amazon came out. And why do you think there were increases? I don't know, because all the shirts that are shipping, not for the video game developers from where it originally started, are using Prime, so the fulfillment costs are going up. I don't know, maybe because they have thousands of designers, many of whom have no idea what trademark and copyright is, are uploading all this intellectual property violations, and now they have to hire lawyers to respond to every single takedown notice. Now they have to hire people to manually review things, and they have to hire more people to, like, yeah, the fees went up. And what did they go up by, like 30 cents? Right?
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't a huge
people
thing.
are like, oh, the fees. I'm just like, dude, and this is like I've committed to this lately, to where anybody that complains, like if I have to convince somebody,
yes, I know. No,
I'm out. Like, I will not convince you. Like, if you don't see what the opportunity here, that's fine. I'll tell you once, but I will not spend an extra second convincing somebody, because I got a whole line over here of people who want help, who understand it, who need a little motivation, who need a question answered, whatever it is. And I'm going to help them, because we all have limited time. And with limited time, we have to choose what we're going to do. So even if it's fun sometimes to even argue and convince and be like, no, I'm right and you're wrong, it's a disservice to the other side, to the hundreds of people who are waiting there. Like, some of them will like handing you money, like, please take my money and help me, right? They want to buy a course or buy a book or buy a coaching session or whatever it is. Like, they know your time's not free. A lot of them want it for free, but some of them
a lot of them do want it for free. Yes.
Yeah. But help the ones that want help, and then the other ones you just kind of hope that they come around. But if not, it is what it is. You can only help so many people. So that's like my new mission, is to help as many people as possible without wasting time on the unhelpable.
So
I'm glad you got in. Like, that's cool that you got in. That I helped you get in. But
Oh yeah,
dude,
totally.
you did the podcast first. I mean, you came out and you're killing it with this podcast, and it's, everybody can plug themselves in wherever they want. Like, if you love talking about merch, start a podcast. You can help other people, and this is like the secret of life. If you help other people, they're going to help you back. And it's just such an easy way to live your life. But I'm just going to do a podcast and help other people.
Well, what's funny is, I mean, you and I, we were talking right before we went on air. I mean, Glenn and I, we kind of started this podcast just to kind of talk about our own personal journeys, and it kind of evolved into what it is now. But I mean, even if you go back to like the first 10, 15 episodes, like, we had no idea what the hell we were doing. The editing's god awful, and apparently we got in a message a couple of weeks ago. Apparently there's like a lost episode somewhere, because apparently, like, we uploaded like the same episode twice, so there's a lost episode. I mean, it was a complete freaking it was a complete freak show. But the feedback that we've gotten overall is people love it. Our last episode was probably the most popular one by far. I mean, we've gotten a lot of feedback, but yeah, I mean, people want to talk about it. They want help. And Glenn and I mean, we always said we're not experts, but we try and provide value and help anyone that we can, and just really, help out the community as much as we can.
No, that's all you can do. That's all you need to do. And it's kind of cool that like you're documenting this journey through merch so early, because we're going to look back at some of the stuff and be like, do you remember when copycats could just download and re-upload? And that's going to be because if Amazon puts in image recognition, they'll be able to say, hey, whoa, we already have this one. And boom, not just like take that listing down, but the worst copycat offenders are going to get smoked out so fast. Like, that's coming. Like, I see a day in hopefully the near future where copycats on Amazon do not exist. Now, Amazon can't police the rest of the internet, right? So if you see your stuff somewhere else, like, sorry, that Amazon's not going to do much about that. But I mean, it used to be like when we first were uploading 15 different colors as options. You can still see some of those listings. They look ridiculous. They have 15 colors listed along the bottom. They still there. You used to be able to put all kinds of like, remember we had all the bad word shirts? Like that was a thing. I've still got YouTube videos up that are like, heck yeah, man, put whatever you want on the shirts. You can put F this, F that. Like now that's completely wrong. And I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta go find that video and take it down.
Or like the negative royalties. Remember that when that was going on for like 2 weeks or something?
Everything. And I try to give people advice and people don't like it, but my advice comes from working with Amazon for a decade, like rallying and saying, we're all going to email Jeff at Amazon about our negative royalties. And if 1,000 people email, then we'll get their attention. It's like, they know already. All you're doing is making a giant headache for them if you send 1,000 emails to jeff@amazon.com. like you gotta let it go. They will fix it. This is so early. Like they're inventing it as they go. And thankfully we get to play along with them.
Yeah, totally. And now this is kind of like a random question, but I figured with knowing so much about Amazon, we figured to ask you. So Amazon Marketing Services, AMS.
Ooh.
I know. I don't know. A lot of people have gotten some similar problems, maybe because they're not from the FBA world, don't really know a lot about that. And they've gotten kind of questioning it, I guess, using it to promote their own merch shirts. Is there anything wrong with that for using AMS for merch?
I see no reason why there'd be any problems using it. It used to be that you had to have like a vendor account or vendor express.
Mm-hmm.
You used to have to like put up a product and get Amazon to order it. I don't think they even do that anymore. When I signed up under vendor express and I just had it. I haven't uploaded a single product through vendor express.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're shifting, kind of trying to get more sellers over there to use it because it's powerful stuff. People don't realize that most of the people that I've known through Amazon, they're aware of sponsored products through Seller Central, where you pick things you want to advertise against, but they don't know how to do those headline search ads. They don't know how to put those ads under the buy box. They don't know how to make brand pages that you can drive traffic to. That's all done through AMS, Amazon Marketing Services, ams.amazon.com. So I encourage everybody, sign up whoever you want. I mean, they have a Kindle sign up, but when it's Kindle, it only lets you pick from your Kindle books. It doesn't let you kind of pick anything.
Oh, okay.
But it's just incredible when you think, wait a minute, I can advertise any ASIN I want because we're dealing with like fairly new and a little cutting edge stuff. And I learned some of this stuff from my self-publishing, right, through CreateSpace and Kindle, where I don't sell those, right? They're sold by Amazon, shipped by Amazon, looks like an Amazon product, but I want them to sell, and I don't care. I just want to promote the ASIN because I'm the royalty earner behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And that's what Merch by Amazon is. It's a t-shirt, it's an ASIN. I just want to promote that ASIN. Right. I know it doesn't look like mine, but to AMS, but like AMS, it is mine because I'm using merch, right? Like it's just such a big place. So to be able to advertise an ASIN is just incredibly powerful. Because then you pick an ASIN, you can make a brand page out of your ASINs. You could make a designer page if you wanted to. It's incredible, and we're just so cutting edge on it. We're just so early on what we're able to do with it. It's only going to get bigger and better. Yeah. I don't know if Merch has plans to make like a built-in sponsored products in your Merch by Amazon login, or if they would put Merch by Amazon under Seller Central, or if they would get tightly integrated with AMS. I don't know. I could see them doing any of those. But once you can promote your ASINs, and I'm going to go over some people's heads, I know, but we'll try to keep it in. I consider having a royalty earning product on Amazon, which doesn't cost any money, right? So now I have a product page on Amazon, and when someone buys it, I don't have to do a thing but get money. Okay. I call that planting a money tree, right? Because when that tree grows, you're going to get money. When that item sells, you're going to get money. But you got to water that tree. Now it's going to get a little bit of water, some rain from Amazon Organic Search, assuming your product is good. But if you can force some water onto that tree through driving traffic from Facebook, through AMS, through Twitter, through anything else where you can drive traffic, now you're watering a money tree. And now that's your business, right? Like everybody wants the money tree. And it really hasn't existed, but it really is here right now. And, there's going to be a lot of guides on AMS. I'm sure in 6 months' time, there'll be 100 YouTube videos about AMS and merch. that's what's coming, and it's exciting. It's not to sit back and do absolutely nothing work, but it is something that anybody can learn, very inexpensive, and really drive some real results. And then once some things get going, that really is passive marketing or passive income. You could not look at Amazon for a year and you're gonna have money in your account. If you make good designs that got some traction, have a little I forget what the words I'm looking for, like discoverability, and Amazon knows your listing converts and your listing gets good feedback. They're gonna keep showing it to people, and you just go from there, right? So to understand that you can plant and grow a money tree for free, everybody should be listening to this episode. I want to be your number one episode. I don't know who was on last time, but
well, we can definitely make that happen.
I'll try.
We'll put you up on we'll put you up there twice, because apparently we have 2 other episodes. That's the same episode somewhere. But yeah, no, it's I agree with you. I think AMS is powerful. Glenn and I just recently got into it, so we're still trying to learn it, right? We're trying to learn the keywords, and and that's what we're doing. We know we're not experts. We're trying to learn. We're messing with certain ads and keywords, and because Amazon is providing that service for us to get more sales, and I don't think they would do something like that to try and sabotage us. I mean,
no. I see no reason that they would. And here, I'll tell everybody a secret. All right. So when you sign up for AMS, or if you sign up for a Vendor Express account, and you're in no rush, if you wait 2 weeks, they will call you on the phone. Right. So now you have
I've gotten those calls. Yeah.
Now you have a contact. Right. And I explained to them, it was funny when they called, because they call from the same 206 number. Like, you always know it's Amazon headquarters. You don't always know who it is, but it all comes from the same number. So I'm talking to the guy, and he's telling me some things. I'm like, you don't know who I am, do you? And I was trying to find a way to phrase it without sounding like arrogant about it. Because I didn't know if he had like any idea that, look, I'm the guy, I know everybody at Amazon, and I've written books about it, and I've done all this other stuff, because I wanted to just kind of frame it properly, because everything I learn, I also want to teach everybody. So it's like, dude, like, help me get this right, and I'm gonna bring you guys a whole bunch more advertisers. And so I wanted to understand AMS from a self-publishing create space standpoint. I was already kind of familiar with it from the Kindle standpoint, because they have their own special login. And of course, this will not surprise you. The guys at AMS and Vendor Express had absolutely no idea what Merch by Amazon was.
I'm not surprised. Yeah,
and I wasn't surprised either. But it's like that's what Amazon is, and it's good and it's bad. It's good that like their teams are so focused on making their whatever they're working on the best, that they're not like all over the place and distracted. But then it's not good when they're like, they don't realize like some incredible crossover opportunities, so that we can work together. And a silly example of this is, I have to order books from CreateSpace, shipped to my house, so I can relabel them and ship to Amazon FBA. Like, I'm like, I will pay you an extra $1 per unit to just send it straight to FBA.
Yeah.
Right? Like, can we do that? They're like, nope, not gonna do that. Like, that would save the money, right? The shipping, the processing. Actually, they should really just do it on demand. Let me list FBA with a minimum price, right? Because they got to cover costs. And when that order comes through my FBA account, they just print on demand and ship it just like it was a regular order. Like, that's solving everything with data and code, right? That's Amazon style, So it's just such a specific request that I don't know if they'll ever do it, but it's a real request. But merch is going to get bigger and better.
It'll get better. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good right now. Like, that's why I said the complaints are just so like petty. Compared to the overall opportunity.
Yeah, and then you get the same questions over and over again, and people complaining, and I get
people
it.
complain that there's too many questions, the same questions, right? Like,
I totally get it. But
so I guess,
go ahead.
Real quick question.
Sure.
So if you're in Chris's Merch by Amazon group on Facebook, I'm pretty sure everybody that's somewhat into merch is already in that group. If you're not, join it now. Over the time, we've also noticed that we had little hints and gathering info about, different people emails if they're interested in a potential Merch by Amazon conference.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Yeah.
little bit about that? And we don't know if and when it will happen, but anything you can tell us, or at least our listeners?
Well, it's not official. We are kind of looking at sometime in September, and the location would most definitely. I can't imagine. I don't foresee doing it if it's not in downtown Seattle, because say I've worked with Amazon for a long time. Amazon is not going to travel to go to an independently put on conference. They won't even go down to the airport in Seattle if that's where the conference is. They won't go down. They won't go anywhere on the weekend. All right. So if you do a conference in downtown Seattle during the week and give them the ability and the option to just kind of walk over and participate, then it's very likely that they will. So that's what we're planning for, and hopefully some of the merch team, or maybe maybe the AMS team, can come over and tell us what they can tell us. I always want to be like super forthcoming and transparent with you guys, everybody that's listening. When you talk to Amazon in person, you're likely going to get answers that sound a lot like lawyers and a little cagey. They're not going to tell you the inside secrets, like they really aren't, but they can kind of clear some stuff up for you. And in my experience, people from Amazon are very open to giving out their contact info. Like they'll hand you a business card with their extension and their email address on it, so you can get Amazon contacts. And I always recommend people respect those contacts immensely, and like use them only for important things, not things that are important to you personally. But if there's like a problem on the site that you understand is affecting a lot of people, you can give them a heads up on. Those are great things to send to Amazon, because then they'll be like, hey, I like this guy. He's helping us out. He's not just, hey, my one listing has a typo. No, they're not going to respond to that. Like, they're not even going to write back. I promise. It's going to get deleted. It's not going to touch it. So it's a great way to get contacts. It's a great way to meet other people. I think there's a huge need for a merch type conference. You can do a whole day on design, a whole day on promotion, and the networking. You make some little mastermind groups while you're there.
Oh yeah, I think that's the best part of conferences, is just networking. That by itself is priceless. You can't put a price
that's
on
the most valuable thing that people have, and people should go to a conference, whether it's a merch conference or something else, and they should say, just ask anybody there, what's the most valuable part of your business?
Networking.
They'll probably say
Absolutely.
it's my private group chat on Facebook, or it's my whatever, like wherever people have their private conversations with the people they really trust. That's the most valuable thing.
Yeah,
so not to self-plug, but if people are interested in a merch conference, we set up a website, merchconference.com. They can let us know they're interested, and as the details get ironed out, we'll send out details. But it's still early planning phases. It's possible it might not happen, but it'll definitely happen eventually.
Yeah.
And the first one will be what it is, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and better, just like Merch by Amazon is.
And we'll have that in the show notes. Chris, I know you have another thing to get to here, so we're going to wrap it up here shortly. But before we go, just want to say thank you. We know you're busy, and I mean, the fact that you're always making time to talk to people, I think that's very generous of you, especially since you're the godfather.
Yeah, the godfather of merch.
That's the SBA guy, and the Amazon guy, and the merch guy. And dude, I really, I am very aware that I'm very fortunate to do what I do, because I enjoy helping other people. Yes. Like, I love coming on and talking about this stuff. When I go on vacation, I don't turn this stuff off. I think about this stuff all the time. It's what I enjoy doing. And, I enjoy finding other people who are just as excited about it. And a lot of times you have to listen to podcasts or watch YouTube videos, because if you might be that hustler, that entrepreneur, where there's not a lot of people around, you don't get like bounce ideas off other people in real life. So you go where they are. You go to Facebook, you go to podcasts, YouTube, whatever it is, and you're able to find those other people with that same mindset.
Yeah. Funny thing about YouTube, someone was like, did you check out Ask Gary V number 100? Because some guy's wearing the same Mario shirt that you wear. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. So I looked it up, and then I was like, is that Chris Green? Asking Gary some questions. And it just happened to be today that I watched it. And then here I am talking to Chris Green.
Dude, I was on his Ask Gary V show, which has gotten very popular. You see the celebrities that are on his show now?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, I've been on the show 5 times. In person at the episode 100, then episode 101. Like, I made him a custom Lego like stage or set from like where he does his show with everybody on his crew. And I mean, it was down to the detail, like the logos on the hats. You can print those on Lego hats now. And I put the right stickers on the back of the MacBooks, like the little Lego MacBooks. And so on episode 101, I mean, watch episode 101 next.
Okay.
And it gives me like the 2 huge shout outs for sending this. And that's what, I did it to kind of get on his radar. Like there's really no secret about it. And he said at the end, like it's a real hack to get someone's attention by just doing something. Right. So use my example of where I wasn't really doing it to say, look, Gary V, I can make Lego, incredible detailed Lego things for potential clients. Like if I was trying to get a job as a Lego builder, I could position myself that way and you would have got attention. But I mean, D-Rock is his head video guy.
Oh,
did a demo video just for free on spec, just gave it to them to get their attention. Right. So people can do that. Right. So if you want to get someone's attention in the world of merch, that's what you got to do. Like bring value to the relationship. You're going to find out, okay, that's, if you just go in and ask and be like, hey, can you mentor me for 10 hours for free? Like, it's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
But it's easier than you think to get people's attention. And it's by doing something nice, which we should all be wanting to do anyway. Right. So like people need to not overthink all this and just always try to bring value to conversations and relationships. And they're going to find that things work out really well for them.
Yeah, and I did the opposite. Instead, I paid $10,000 to go to his headquarters.
Did you do the day?
Sucker.
Yeah, I did the day.
How was that?
Oh, it was awesome. And just meeting him, meeting D-Rock, and seeing what the whole team does, like it's insane how much.
I thought of doing that.
Yeah, it's insane how much work they do.
Well, for the listeners, for $10,000, you guys can meet us three. But that's $10,000 each. That's $10,000 each. So.
Well, dude, I've got a meeting with Gary scheduled. I don't know if I'll do it this year. I'll even save it for next year because I bought when you did the Ask Gary V book. I bought the 1,000 books, and that came with a 1 hour.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just kind of banked it away. And, so I paid more, but I got 10,000 books for mine. Yeah, but dude, I think that's money well spent. If you got the 10 grand and you're in the position to you kind of know what you want to do, but you want to like get the extra details from their team. I think it's an amazing opportunity that they would even offer that because they don't have to.
Yeah, I know.
But they do, and it's not just. And here's the real secret that you tell me if I'm right or not. But the other people who were there on the same day that you got to meet, how valuable was that?
Oh yeah, it was huge. One of the dudes plays for like the San Jose Earthquakes. He's like doing his own private label stuff while he's playing soccer, preparing for after soccer and how he's making money. Like there's just crazy people doing a lot of good things. E-commerce is just out of control what people can do, and there's a lot of smart people out there taking advantage.
Yeah. No, I mean
you're connected to that guy. Like that's. You would not have got that, right? It's not like you just pay your 10 grand and that's it.
You definitely can't put a price on networking. I'm going to a design conference next week, Chris. Paid almost $1,000 and I asked people if they want to go with me, and people just flipped out over the price. I'm like, you don't get the value of it, man. You go and you meet people. Yeah, I don't get it. But hey, thanks.
Don't convince the unconvincible, man. We already talked about that.
Yeah. But hey, man, I know you're super busy. I know you have another engagement here shortly. So thank you again so much for being here.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll have everything in the show notes. So so this will be up tonight. And Chris, again, thank you, and we'll hang out soon at the merch conference. Yes.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Thanks as always, guys. Just let me know if there's something I can do to help promote it. I'll put the links up, and we'll get everybody listening on here. I'm going to get competitive, and I want to be your #1 episode. So
all right, let's make it happen.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Fun conversation with Mr. Green, Godfather.
Love merch.
That was your first time talking to him, huh?
Yeah, I had never met him like through any Skyping in real life and Hangouts, podcasts, nothing. I'd never met him. Really cool guy, and
he's fun. He's always passionate. Just has tons and tons of knowledge on just Amazon in general. So I mean, when I started FBA 7 years ago, it was because of Chris Green. Seriously.
And I started merch because of Chris Green.
Yeah, I think everyone started merch because of Chris Green. But yeah, no, fun conversation, and we'll definitely have him back
Oh yeah.
on the show. But um, Glenn, hey, before we
Yes,
close
sir.
out the show,
Yes.
I just want to say, hey, if you guys just got into merch and you need some designs, okay, my boy Travis over at Merch Candy. He's gonna take care of you. You can buy pre-made designs, okay, for $10 each. Once you buy that design, he's not gonna sell the same design to anyone else. It's yours. You get that right, and $10. He's done the research for you already. All you got to do is post a design. I'm doing it. I signed up. I'm using his service, and yeah, so if you guys are interested, go head over to merchcandy.com/merchminds. Tell them that Glenn sent you. I know in the beginning you said tell him I sent you, but tell them Glenn sent you. He'll take care of you. Again, that's merchcandy.com/merchminds. And yeah, man. Anything else before we shut it down?
Nothing much. I mean, I think it's just getting to work. I feel like I just have a lot more, man, so many like designs and ideas to come up with, and like, don't get me wrong, I'm still super hungry. I just got to find the time to like really get this down. Like, I think my schedule too, now that it's kind of changing, I'm like, man, like I really want to make sure I have my fair share of like merch time and just dedicate that time for it. Because I love eBay, I love reselling, I love finding stuff, but merch is just a totally different beast that,
Mm,
you know, I just have to find the time to,
yeah.
keep building that up.
Hey, did your parents' account ever get approved?
No, I gotta double check on that too. It hasn't, but I think I checked recently.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just I don't know what the criteria is or what what how do they even I guess get people in or what their
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know how Amazon
I feel
works.
like it's a lottery pick, right? I mean, there's people that's been waiting for a year and they're still waiting, and then there's people that applied 2 weeks ago and they just got in. So I feel like it's a lottery, right? So
Yeah, I
who
have.
knows?
Yeah, the guy that I go to the post office every day, and his name is Derek. He signed up, I think like 11 months ago, and he hasn't gotten in.
Great Scott, 11
So
months ago.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know
Is he
what or how they choose or
is he listening to the podcast?
probably not since he's not in merch.
Yeah, we need to fix that problem, man. You tell him to tune into the podcast. What's wrong with you?
I don't care if you're not selling on merch. You listening.
Um, okay, well, cool, man. Hey, uh, before we go, give yourself a plug. Where can people find you?
You can find me in the Merch Minds Facebook group. Glen, you can see me on there.
Mm-hmm.
Hustler Hacks on YouTube. I am like 20 subscribers away from 25,000. If
Are
you
you
haven't,
25?
25,000. Yes, sir.
Great Scott.
You're like, what is
Jeez.
going on here? I just turned 45 years old. So if you haven't subscribed, that definitely helps me out too. I do have merch related videos. You can keep track of the numbers, and I put like nice little visuals on there and updates, news updates on there too, that I try to do. So Hustler Hacks on YouTube, or you can email me hustlerhacks1@gmail.com.
Cool. And you guys can find me in the same Facebook group. Tag me, ask me questions, and let's see. You can email me at Yong YONG at geekhustle.com, or you can go to my website geekhustle.com. Sign up for my newsletter. You know what? I've gotten some really good feedback. People are enjoying my newsletter. Sign up for that, and other than that, man, hey, another week has gone by, so let's keep in touch, and other than that, we'll talk to everyone next week.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.